Man, you already know what it is.
Hey, good morning. This is Chris Cruz Palomares, and this is Talking in Traffic. I'm your keynote speaker. I wanted to say, I've always noticed how people who suffer do the greatest things. People who suffer, I've noticed, have the most motivation to get out of the circumstances that they're in. People who suffer pray more. People who are desperate to change their circumstances make more of an effort to get out of it. I say that because there's a lot of people who want to get out of a certain situation and have a lot of concern about a certain thing, but only choose to worry about it and do not choose to act on getting out of that situation. So let me give you an example. I used to work for a company for about 6 months doing outbound calling to business, and the company was bankrupt and we all were let go. I was out of a job. I needed to find a job quickly because I wasn't saving. I didn't have no money at all, and so of course you file for unemployment, but what's that going to do? And it takes a long time for that to come. So I called a company, and they were like, "We're hiring. Fill this application out." La la la. I did. Turned to find out it wasn't to the company. I was calling a headhunter company, and they were finding people for that place. So I didn't hear nothing for 2-3 weeks. It's crazy, and I'm losing my mind here. I'm like, man, I'm desperate. I mean, I need to fix stuff. And by the way, I wasn't just waiting on that particular opportunity. I was venturing out, trying to find employment. So I go to the place and I say, have you received any response yet? And the lady says, "Oh, Walter hasn't called our office back." I go, "That's right, Walter. I forgot his last name." And she told me. And I was like, "Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I'll just wait." And so I called the company and I said, "Yes, give me Walter so-and-so." And they gave it to me, and I got his voicemail. I said, "Walter, my name is Chris Palomares, and I am a outbound caller. I get past those gatekeepers and I make appointments for companies. I like to come out, introduce myself, and have an interview. Please let me know." It gave my callback number, and then the next day I went to the company and I said, "I'm here to see Walter Alexander." Oh, I said his name. And they said, "Walter, your 10 o'clock appointment is here." I didn't have an appointment. He comes down. He's like, "Do I have an appointment with you?" I go, "No, sir. My name is Chris Palomares, and I am a outbound caller. I am a go ahead," and I said my spiel, right? I can't even say it right now. I said my spiel to him. He's like, "Well, I got your voicemail yesterday. Oh, that was pretty impressive. Okay, so let's sit down." So we talked, and then he said, "Okay, come tomorrow for an official interview with my boss." And so I came back, and I was hired. You're right, I was hired, and I was like, you know what? I was desperate to get to make money because I needed to make rent and I needed to feed kids. I'm like, I needed to do something, and I had to do something different in order to get a different result from what I was getting. So I went ahead and I jumped and I did something I would not normally do, but now I do that quite often, and I just have a leap of faith and act upon things. And so I say the whole story for this. If I did not do that, I would not have had employment with that company for about 10 years. And there was a great company's in Sparity. I would choose them anytime. If I was my own business owner and needed payroll, I would hook them up because they hooked me up. And that's another thing. Man, please give back. I want to give back to my community. If you are a business owner in Houston and would like to have someone to come out, maybe you don't have a budget for it, maybe you're a small, mid-sized business, or maybe you're a church or some type of organization that would love to have a motivational speaker to come out and just motivate your employees. Please look me up. My name is Chris Cruz Palomares on Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you type it in, I'm sure it's going to pop up. I would love, please DM me. I would love to come out and give back to my community. And if you're willing to give me something, that's fine. I'm not asking for it. What I want to do is give back. I thank my Houston community people for everything that they do. All the construction workers, even though you make me the pain to drive in Houston, but all my construction workers, all of my all of the people, the teachers, the bus drivers, people who work at Starbucks, you know what I'm saying? I can go on, but people helping people is what this world is all about. If you're not helping anyone, then you're holding somebody back. Please don't hold anyone back. Give, and give with a joyful heart. I remember going to some place, and they just were like, here, and they're mad about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna receive it because you're giving it to me. I'm gonna receive it, but truthfully, the way I felt receiving it was like, man, it's not even worth it. If you don't want to give it to me, don't do it. Like, I'm just saying, give with a cheerful heart. So 2 things today, and this is a longer video than I normally do, but 2 things today. One is to have a leap of faith and do something than just worry or complain. Do something about it. You can do it. I know you can. 2 is always be a cheerful giver. It's better to give than receive. And I just want to say, if you do not have a voice, I'm going to help you find it, because I'm going to be a voice for the voiceless. My name is Chris Cruz Palomares, and I would love to come out and be your motivational speaker. You have a great day.